I'm Cheryl White, and I'm playing Nora. Nora is a very complicated human being. She is passionate, tenacious. She is a visionary. She can be insensitive. She can be stubborn. She is a delicious character to play. What is really beautiful about this play is that all four characters have very strong viewpoints, and all those viewpoints are valid and have value. Everyone will be able to relate to at least one of the characters, if not all of the characters. Well, I think when you look at the play on a very intimate level, I think it's about how difficult and complicated it is to navigate interpersonal relationships. I think on a broader sense, it explores oppression and how that breeds resistance. Yeah, I think there's a lot of really interesting lessons to learn or just to relook at in this piece. We need to keep working to connect with each other, to listen to each other, to appreciate the differences between us, and also appreciate the commonality of being a human being. If you come see the show, I promise you that the conversation in the car afterwards and for days to come, that alone will be worth the price of the ticket.
My name is Galen Bot, and I'm playing Torvald. Let me tell you everything you need to know about A Doll's House Part 1, as we like to call it. At the end of Part 1, Nora leaves her 3 young children and her husband, Torvald, and their oppressive marriage, and goes off to an unknown future. There. That's really it. That's really all you need to know. Torvald is a banker. He is very well respected. He is admired. Everyone looks up to him. He's very dependable, very regular. Torvald may look great on the outside, but inside, the word used in the play is broken. He's kind of broken. I think one of the main things that the play asks, for Torvald anyway, it raises the question of forgiveness for a man who engaged in a lot of sexist, misogynistic behavior and speech. He's certainly done a lot of work on himself in the 15 years, but I think the play really raises the question, at what point, if ever, can we forgive that kind of behavior? Probably the main question that the play raises is just simply the idea of 2 people trying to get along together. As Torvald says, I'm talking about 2 people spending time together, figuring out how to be around each other, and how incredibly difficult that can be, and what happens if you keep trying, and what happens if you give up. And if you give up, can you keep trying again, possibly?
My name is Corey Green, and I will be playing Emmy in A Doll's House 2. Emmy is the daughter of Nora. She is very resourceful and very grown up. She claims that she is an old soul. She's kind of this funky character that comes up out of nowhere almost for Nora. One of the important themes of the show A Doll's House 2 that originates from the themes of A Doll's House is this idea of feminism, and the idea that feminism can be intersectional, I think, is really one of the really strong themes in our part, because you have these different women who are all giving their own viewpoints on this idea of what it's like to be a woman at any given time. And I know for my character in particular, I wouldn't say is, an anti-feminist or anything like that, but she has a very different view on the world because of her mother leaving, because of Nora not being there. That's different from Nora, but she's also still this strong, independent woman. I think in general, I hope that audiences take, obviously, some entertainment away and realize that they're going into this space to see this world that we've created. But the thing that I really hope that audiences get from it is how it's an extension of something that we thought would have changed. We're all confronted with the idea that, women are still dealing with all of these things. I hope the audiences realize it's important to hear these stories, and it's important to think about the idea that we oftentimes think things change, or things change, but they don't really change. And that's why there's sequels. I think that you should come see the play because It will be a night that you won't regret seeing, of important theater with important characters and important actions that it would be a shame not to see it.
Hi, I am Runa Carter, and I will be playing Anne Marie, the nanny, in A Doll's House Part 2. My character that I get to play is very close to me. I probably shouldn't tell people that because you'll see her and you'll think, are you really like that? But she's very loyal, like almost like a dog loyal. She's totally loyal to the family and takes care of kids that weren't really hers. And I love that quality about her. She's very honest as well, which makes her very accessible to me. Is she tells it like it is. There's no there's nothing hidden underneath what you see. And I love the fact that she's so much like that, and almost an innocent in the sense that she just thinks honestly about everything. She would never think about lying about anything or hurt anybody. There'd be none of that. I think that this play is going to appeal to a wide range of people, as much as the first version did, back way in the 1800s when Henrik Ibsen wrote it. But I think it really rings true now about relationships. We all crave company, closeness. Nobody, I think, really wants to be alone. But in the play, you get to see the way it can be very difficult to be with somebody else, because you compromise sometimes. You have to compromise some of the things that you are, and also who you are at the beginning of a relationship is not always who you are at the end or in the middle of the relationship. And I think the audience will recognize their own relationships and some of the things that they're going through in their lives. I'm hoping that when the audience leaves, there will be an epiphany, maybe even in their own lives, about the kind of way someone else might perceive an argument or see a relationship or see any situation. There's always two sides of the coin, and I think that this play really shows you very evidently the two different ways you can look at something and how it can be really real for the one person and have it not be for the other. They see it from a different point of view. This play will make you laugh and cry within the span of a few moments.